I am as I am, and I didn't know until people told me that I did draw the way I drew. I thought I was drawing normally. I started to try and find out more about myself, and I don't know anything about myself. The publisher said what people will want to know is, how did you become this acerbic, satirical, ghastly artist, or whatever adjective you would like to put there. It's something that's there already, and I've always had this thing that I stand in judgment of people I criticise.
Some people say that the current state of affairs in politics is almost beyond parody. It's more surreal than even your pen could do justice to. Do you have any truck with that?
Certainly there are some people like Boris are cartoons in themselves, but he's clever as well. You know, he has this bumbling exterior and this
And what about Jeremy Corbyn? Is he a good subject for you? We see him on the wall behind you and elsewhere. Just down there.
That's right. That's
as a sort of straining, naked canine figure almost.
Yes. This is called barking mad. Drawing politicians as animals is always good fun. It's trademark hair, of course, which is very helpful. Fake news. The Farages and the Borises and the Trumps, they've got charisma. They know how to communicate, you know, that they can get through the lens to the public.
How do you do Farage?
Gosh, big, open, shouty mouth.
What happened when you drew Winston Churchill in the Commons?
At that time, in the 60s, we, the public, had only known Churchill as the British bulldog on the cliffs of Dover with a cigar clenched between his, defying the Hun. And so as I sat there in the House of Commons, I was appalled to see this senile wreck. Well, of course I had to draw that, you know, I had to draw what I saw. The whole point of being an artist, hopefully, is to tell the truth. And so when I took it back to the Times, they said it was great, but they couldn't publish it. And I said, why not? And they said, because his wife Clemmy will be very distressed when she sees this. My friend Peter Cook, who owned Private Eye, banged it on the front of Private Eye when he died, so there was no such compunction there, really.
Believe it or not, Scarfe has a good word, or caricature, for some politicians. Obama was a good man who did his best, but his Superman costume ended up in rags. And Scarfe had high hopes for Tony Blair, once upon a time. A cartoonist's image paints 1,000 words that a writer would probably get sued for.
I think they are quite rightly regarded as mavericks. And, oh, he would say that, he would draw that, that's typical of him, sort of thing. So they have a special license to kill, or whatever the word is.
Did you ever send your picture in and think, perhaps I've been a bit harsh, a bit too cruel on that individual this week?
No, Steve, I never really ever thought I'd been too cruel. In fact, not cruel enough sometimes. I couldn't really quite get what I wanted to on paper. No, I never ever felt sorry for politicians, because, you know, it's the game.